I've made a little sample for you in Knit 2 Purl 2 to explain Jeny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. The knit and the purl stitches are done a little differently, but my first two stitches are knit stitches. So I knit the first one, and since the next one is also a knit stitch, I do an opposite yarn over. So usually you would scoop your thread up like this, but now you go into the front and do the yarn over opposite. Then you knit a stitch, and you take the yarn over and the first knitted stitch over the stitch you just knit. The next one is a purl stitch, so you do a regular yarn over. You purl the stitch on your left needle, and then you take the yarn over and the knit stitch over your new stitch. The next one is a purl stitch again, so you do a regular yarn over, purl your next stitch and bind off by taking the yarn over and the first stitch on your needle over the last knitted stitch. Now we have a knit stitch again, so you do an opposite yarn over, you knit your stitch and you bind off. Next one is a knit stitch again, so an opposite yarn over, knit your stitch and bind off by taking the yarn over and the stitch over the stitch you just knit. Now we have a purl stitch again, so a regular yarn over, purl your stitch and bind off. Another purl stitch, regular yarn over, purl your stitch and bind off. This is how you continue to bind off all the stitches on your needle, and this is a very stretchy bind off to use, for example, for the cuff of your socks, like I did in sock José. Happy knitting!